So it's 9:30 in the morning. We're about to drive an hour for Sandra to bowl league in another town.
Yay.
Because according to Sandra, leagues are serious business in Sweden.
Yeah.
So she's gonna show us what Swedish league is like.
Alright, so I'm going to try to explain as best as I can what's going on. So we're watching Sandra bowl in her Swedish Bowling League. Swedish Bowling Leagues are composed of different teams from all different cities, but the format is a lot different than what we're used to. So Sandra is bowling on Team Ängelholm and she's bowling against Team Olymp, and they're both from totally different cities. All the teams travel from city to city to compete against other teams. So if you travel to another city, you're considered the away team, and someone travels to your city, then you're considered the home team. Every pair of lanes has two pairs of bowlers. So one side of the pair is composed of one team and the other side is composed of the other team, and they're each competing against each other for total pins. So say it's the first game. If you and your doubles partner beat the other doubles team on your pair, then your team gets 1 point. After that, you and your doubles partner move either left or move either right, depending if you're home or away. And so does the other team you're bowling against. After that, you will bowl against another doubles team. There are 8 players per team. The 8 players are divided up into 4 pairs. There are 4 matches or games going on at once, which means that every pair on your team can earn 1 point. Aside from that, you can also earn 1 point for total pins per game or match. The most points each team can win every game is 5, including total pins. There are 4 sets of 4-game matches every time a team meets another team, putting the total to 20. If a team wins the most amount of points in one day for their matches, then they earn 2 points for their league standings. If there is a tie, each team earns 1 point. And if the team loses, you earn 0 points. The scoring software for these bowling leagues is a lot different than what we're used to. Each one of the 4 squares on the bottom represents each one of the pairs that are being bowled on. A positive score in any of the boxes means that the home team on that particular pair of lanes is winning by the number of pins shown on the screen. If there's a negative number, that means that the away team is winning by the pins shown on the screen. Aside from the obvious reason of knowing whether your team is doing well or not, players will use the numbers at the bottom to see which pair of lanes has players on their team that are not doing so well, and they'll either walk over and say something positive or encouraging, or they'll just yell from across the bowling center. You know, everyone's constantly yelling and saying positive things and encouraging each other to do well. The teams play 4 matches, and what you're seeing right now is actually the very last set of matches. So if you look on the top, you see that Olymp has 8 points and Ängelholm has 7. This means that Ängelholm, which is Sandra's team, needs to win 3 games as well as total series. Aside from the 8 players on the lineup, there's also an alternate player that may be put in at any time. There is a pair of lanes on the side that is used for that alternate player to practice. It is up to a coach to decide when to put in a player. Speaking of which, that is one other way how bowling Swedish leagues are different than what we're used to. There is a coach. In the case of Sandra's team, Sandra's mom is actually the coach. The coach knows every single player on the team, knows their strengths and weaknesses, knows their equipment and their personality. The coach walks around throughout all of the matches, keeping an eye on all of the players and making adjustments as needed. Sure, we do see coaches during college events, but this is technically considered a league, and it's something that anyone of any caliber can do. There are different divisions for leagues. So you can be in the lowest division, which is just, beginner and you don't really know how to play that well. And then there's a really competitive. There's actually, I believe, 5 different divisions. And obviously the highest one is the one that's the most competitive. What may really surprise you is that the bowling Swedish leagues are not only composed of Swedish players. In the highest division of these leagues, some of the players are composed of people you know, like Jason Belmonte or Tommy Jones. Players do not have to be there for every game, but for very important games, usually players are flown out just to participate in those particular events. The other thing you'll notice here is that there are fans in the stands. There's a seating area that connects to the restaurant. You can either do a buffet style eating or you can just order food, and you can sit and watch and cheer along everybody else. Fans will yell, cheer, trash talk the opposing team's fans, yell words of encouragement to their favorite team, high five their favorite players after they do well. It's a very team-oriented sport, and you actually get to feel like you're part of the team that you're rooting for, which I think it's the best part of all. As you can tell, it is very loud. So if you're the type of person that can't have any type of noise when you're bowling, then this is probably not the type of league for you. The live finals have people traveling from all over the country just to watch their favorite team compete. If you think this is loud, those are even louder. The fans bring in drums, the fans are yelling, the fans are going crazy. And the finals last for many hours. And it is a really big deal in Sweden.
So one way that Swedish bowling alleys are different than American bowling alleys is that they actually have dressing rooms and locker rooms for players. So the players you saw playing on teams right now, this is where they come before and after, and they change into and out of their uniforms, just like every other professional sporting event. Aside from that, they also have showers, so if they want to come and shower after the game, they can. So just like every other sporting event, there's a changing room and a locker room and a shower.
We've definitely found the country that is doing bowling leagues right. Jason Belmonte, along with other players, are encouraging this type of format to be brought over to the US. So who knows, maybe in the near future, you will see this type of format in a bowling alley near you.
Lycka till i eftermiddag och hoppas hålla alla tummar för att ni får vinst. Så vi springer fyra lever för deras seger över Finn. En fyra lever, då lever Hedvig. Så tackar vi publiken.